I'm looking for my glasses, but I can't find them, so that's going to be a slight hindrance today for coding, but that's okay. I'm always losing my glasses. A little fly in here. Yes, so good morning. So today we're going to pick up work where we left off, which is working on these little boxes in the center. Those are the these are the reward loops for the game. Like, why isn't it showing? I've got the chat open on YouTube and Twitch, and I'm going to open up the Twitter one right now as well. So if you have any questions about the game, feel free to let me know, or if you have any comments or topics to talk about video games or whatever you want. Yeah, so this is the coding environment. So, oh man, I'm so tired. I need my glasses. Yeah, so the way this works is we're creating usually, like, imagine like the game Toon Blast. If you've played it, there's like these chests that you every once in a while you get to unlock them. They give you boosters and stuff that allow you to make quicker progress in the game. So that's kind of like what the features here are for. They're intended to encourage good behavior from the players and reward them for doing good things. And just a little fly. So yeah, so the one on the right is going to be like a star chest. So every time the player wins 5 levels, which it's possible to lose levels. If you lose a level, then they go away, they disappear. So this is really encouraging players to beat levels, which is really important for progression in the game, so that's why I'm reinforcing that. And also, so the fruit chest, I'm calling it now, fruit basket or whatever, there's in the game, let's see if I have one there. Oh, not yet. There's these fruits that randomly populate the emojis, and by collecting 10 fruits, you unlock another special thing, and it's going to be this slot machine that we're making. This is like an old version, but it spins and you earn coins, and if you get 3 good spins, then you get a 4th jackpot spin, and if that spins well, then you get a rare skin in the game. And so another thing we did yesterday is if you open up the emoji avatar screen, it's a work in progress, but you can unlock brand new emoji pieces, rare ones to add to your emoji avatar. So that's what we're doing with that. I'm going to do one more pass from my glasses. I have no idea where they are. Confused. Where could they be? Oh well. Let's just get started. Alright, so let's look at this again. Yeah, and feel free, you can play the game at playmojipop.com. You can even make your own levels in it, which is my favorite feature. So if you hit the create button, you get this level editor, and you can draw your own emojis to make your own level and test it and save it. Then you can share it for the whole world to play. The game gives you a web link, and you can also send me that web link and I can play it. Let me just show you that I'm live on Discord. You can follow me on Discord. If you're on Twitch right now, you can see the link below. Alright. It's driving me insane and I can't find my glasses. I can't find them anywhere. New title, Blind Man Tries to Make a Game. Yeah, it's actually going to be a little bit of a challenge to read the code, but whatever, we gotta roll the punches, I guess, right? I'm literally, like, I'm confined to such a small space. It's amazing I lose something so essential. Oh well. Let's just go, I guess. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're doing well, Matt Man, today. Kessel just shared with me that they got some pretty big Amazon meetings and other stuff going on this week, so that's exciting. I was working on a video yesterday, so I started this indie mobile game dev group on Facebook. And so every week what I'm doing is I'm playing some of the games of people in the group. And actually, I'm playing Hexstars because I think it's so fun to talk about as well. So that's one of the games I'm talking about. So I'm going to release a video either this afternoon or tomorrow. And I'm posting to this group every week to kind of encourage people to participate in the community and stuff. And thought it'd be good to engage with other mobile devs, you know. And so that's kind of what I was doing yesterday after the stream. Alright, let's get back to it. Let's do that grind. So, where we left off is we got a star chest that's totally functional. New Hexstars update later today or tomorrow when Apple approves it. Awesome, that's really exciting. Is it just bug fixes or any new features or anything else interesting about the update you want to share? Still like low-key looking for my glasses. Not gonna happen. Alright. We got the star chest functional. We have to upgrade the UI and stuff like that, and the art and everything. We'll do that maybe tomorrow or something. Should probably work on this annoying pop-up for the avatar emoji customization. We also need to work on this fruit chest. We need to be able to populate these fruits in these levels, and I also had this idea of popping this basket out whenever you make a match. You pop out a basket and the fruit goes into it, kind of to indicate the player that they're making progress, so they don't have to go to the home screen to see that. We also have to make it so that when they collect all the fruit, it opens up the slot machine pop-up, and we can just open up the normal gift pop-up for now for placeholder. In fact, that might be easiest. Let's do that first. Oh man. So let's do that. Let's go to see where we collect the fruit. Mattman PS2 says bug fixes for the game Hexstars on the App Store. More polished / satisfying effects, and you now unlock power-ups kind of like a slot machine. Cool. Oh, that's cool. I'm excited to see how that's exactly implemented. That sounds exciting. A couple new skins and more. Cool. That's awesome. Super excited. I just made it to the Beyond Gold League 3. I think it's called Legendary League. It's the blue one. I just made it to there in the progress. So I've been playing here and there. Super fun. Everyone check out Hexstars on the App Store. and I'll be releasing a video where I talk about it a little bit, probably tomorrow. That's the last league. Oh well, alright, we made it. Let's do it. I'm gonna get to that top. So yeah, anyone feel free to interrupt me at any point with thoughts on game design, topics you want to talk about, questions about the game, whatever you want. I'm just gonna keep coding. Oops. I got all the chats open for YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Feel free to hit me up. Let me change the song. All of a sudden I started listening to old Drake music. So I'm just rolling with that right now. I have random music tastes, kinda. Like Drake from when I was in high school. So collect fruits. So that is in the bubble layer. There's an execute match function. And yeah, this is where we collect the fruit. So main container layer, there's a collect fruit function. Here it is. Okay, so we added the fruit progress. If it's greater than 10, this is where we want to open the pop-up. So let's just do that and see how it works. This open gift layer, I think that's what it's called. Yes, and it takes a parameter. So there's like different types of, I originally had different types of chests. There's like a bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and they give you different amounts of coins and boosters. For now I'm just doing the basic chest each time, and we're gonna replace it with the slot machine kind of thing we were designing, but for now I just want to make sure the flows are all working, and we can add that onto it later. Also, if it takes too much time, we can always upgrade we can replace the chest with the slot machine a later week or whatever, just in case we're out of time. So I really want to make sure we release a new update every Monday. Okay, so opens the gift layer, and then it updates the database and the visual progression bar. So let's go to the database and give ourselves 9 fruits. It's like fruit prog. Let's make that 9. And let's try it out. Oh, we need to add fruit to the world as well. Let's do that. So that's a soap. Soap. So we can make this a strawberry by changing the type to 43. That's the fruit type. Refresh again. Alright. So we got the fruit there, and it's pulsing, which we did last time. Since we just started the game again, we haven't played in a while, we have our full 5 moves because they've regenerated by now. Let's make that match and see what opens. Okay, so it opens the pop-up right away since we have 10. And in our database, it updated it. Oh, so it's at 10 still. It should have. So we should make it go back down to 0 after we give them the gift layer. That's something we need to do. So open, gives us the coins, gives us boosters, goes away. And these boosters, it's like a bomb, and you can use it to blow stuff up on the board. So you can use it either in this overworld, or you can use it in the little levels, sweet levels. So I like the choice that you have in terms of how you use these boosters. I think that's cool and a little unique. And so it doesn't reset the progress. Let's do that. So if the fruit prog is greater than or equal to 10, this dot fruit prog minus equals 10. So if we got 2 fruits with 1 match, maybe we're at 11, so now we're back down to 1 so that we maintain. What's up, Kessels? Yeah, I was just saying you shared with me your meetings with Amazon stuff. That's super exciting. And you announced that multiplayer within a month, I think you said. I'm super excited to see how you implement multiplayer, because I think with your attack kind of feature with the waiters, I think that's going to be so exciting, and I don't know exactly how you're implementing it, so I'm so excited to see exactly how it ends up working and stuff. That's super exciting. So we subtract 10 fruits, then we'll update the progress, then we set what the progress is here. Okay, let's try that again. Let's give ourselves 9 fruits again. Another thing we'll have to do is we'll have to go into every user's data in the database and give them this fruit prog variable. That's something we can just deal with code, though. Just go through each user and add the variable. Fruit prog is 9. Let's add another fruit. This one's going to be a lemon if we change the type to 43. Yeah, Kessels, feel free to share anything about the game in the chat that you want to share or whatever. Happy to have you in the stream today. Alright, let's refresh the game. Like literally every 60 seconds I'm like, where the heck are my glasses? That I can't work on it for a month. You can't work on the game for a month? How come? Yes. Yeah, how come we can't work on it for a month? Just busy with meetings and stuff? You said that you just you got your developer, you paid your developer to work on it for the next month. So I'm going to make this lemon match because my dev is working on it, so I change something he need to update the build because my dev is working on it, so I change something he need to update build what I as working on it. I'm not exactly sure what you're saying, but I'm guessing it means that because you've updated it, like you're not able to work on it while he's working on it, I guess. Open. Okay, let's go back home, and so it hasn't updated visually. But let's go to the fruit prog. Still at 10. That's weird. Let's look at this. If the fruit prog is greater than or equal to 10, open GIF layer, and then this editor data fruit prog. And back in 15 minutes. Cool. See you then, Kessels. I'll be here. Editor data dots. Okay, so I know that'll work now. So we're good there. So let's figure out this scaling of this pop-up. This is gonna take a little bit of work because I think these big buttons and stuff for the different pieces, their sizing and positioning is based on the height, and so now that everything's all messed up, it's like we need to base it on the width, not the height, obviously. So we'll do that. So let's open up the avatar pop-up. So this is the user meta layer. We set the width and height. Let's go there. Now we just need to make sure the buttons and stuff are based on the width. Yeah, so the main buttons are based on the width, which are the little categories you see right here. I'm planning on adding more in the future, that's why they're a little smaller. The emojis at the top now, that's good. The inventory label should be a little below those buttons. Selection height. Let's do -15 for now. So this is the button. So we're basing it on inventory button. Oh, button dist A. So this is like the height allowed for the button, which is way too big. Let's comment this out. That's based on the width. Maybe like a quarter of the width. Let's just see how that looks. I think I'm streaming for the next few hours at least, so that'll be good. I'm gonna make some videos and stuff in the afternoon. I got a couple I need to make. Finishing up this one, playing mobile indie game dev games. That'll go on YouTube and Facebook the next day. Oops. Also, kind of wanted to make like another kind of regular game design kind of video, so we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to like make more regular videos. I want to at least post 3 times on YouTube a week, and I'm looking into trying to do it like 5 days a week eventually. So let's just see how those top buttons look. There's a good chance they're not going to be oriented correctly. When I look around, I'm literally looking for my glasses. Alright. Home. Avatar. Okay, the buttons are not even there. Let's see what's wrong. This not width. So I'm using button dist A to place it on the Y. This dot width is a function, right? Variable, right? Yes. Let's try changing this Y. It's probably wrong. I'm just gonna make Y this dot height over 2, just to make sure we can get it on the screen. Okay, it's not being shown. It's so weird. Inventory button B dot set scale. The X is definitely correct. If we go back to the other scale, does it work? I'm trying to figure out exactly what's causing this bug. Okay, so it has to do with the scale. So the top one works. It's blowing my mind right now. Do I mess with it anywhere else in this file? No. I'm really not sure what's happening. If I can't figure this out, I'm just gonna move on to something else and come back later. So weird. Oh, it's probably behind this circle. Alright, I figured it out. Okay. So let's, now that I feel a lot better now that I know that that's what's going on. I'm an idiot. Okay, so let's change the size of that thing that we populate. It's going to be in a knit emoji body, I'm guessing. Okay, item B. That's gonna be the center one. We're using button to stay still. So let's try this. Gonna be, let's do list dot width over 4 times 0.8. And depending on whether the width or height is bigger, that's how I scale it, because some things are really long one way and I want it to be scaled so that it fits all within the square. And let's just see what that looks like first. Okay, that's a way better size. We need to figure out the Y positioning still. Alright, let's change the size of these other buttons first. Yawn, yawn. You know, yawns are contagious, right? I yawn a lot, so that might be problematic for anyone watching this stream. Okay, we got that. Now I'm like consciously thinking, don't yawn, don't yawn. I need to wake up. Does it look weird if I like turn off these lights? Oh, it's not too bad. Let me open this shade. I really like darkness. I'm not sure if anyone else is like that. I love like being in like a dark room with no light when I'm working or doing whatever. When I shower, I like to turn off all the lights and just be in the darkness. I don't know. It's just something I like to do, I guess. Maybe too much information. Let's delete that stuff. Vampire vibes, exactly. I am a vampire. That's why I'm so pale. So the Y is wrong. Let's put it right beneath the inventory label, which is this .emoji inventory label. Yeah, and it hurts that I can't go outside because the fires and the smoke and stuff. So it's been like, I haven't even stepped outside my house except to take out the trash in like forever. So the Y should be, let's just do this one first. It's that minus the height of the inventory label. Let's just see what that looks like first. Oh, and that's gonna be, since the button is anchored at 0, that means the anchor is at the bottom. So we need to also subtract the height, so that if the anchor's at the top, then we can just put it right below. But we need to subtract the height to make it offset the distance. I feel like I explained that pretty poorly, but that's okay. This inventory button b height times this inventory button b scale. Let's try that out. These lights are like so hot, so it feels so good to turn them off. I think they make me tired, even though they're bright. They're like really warm, and so it feels like I'm like in bed when I'm coding. It's good for like some videos though where I'm using the green screen behind me though. Alright, home. And that is not a good position since it is no longer on the screen. I realized I'm setting the Y as the label, but that's not a number. We're going to do the Y position of the button. Oh, sorry. Maybe I do need to drink coffee. Okay, that looks like okay positioning. It could be a little closer, but it's good enough for now. Let's fix the other ones as well. The Y is basically the same. Except this one's button A, this one's button C, and let's go down, let's go up to drawing the items in those buttons. It's init emoji body. This gets the codes, and this is where we create the item. So we don't need this anymore. This is what we're using to set the scale. Let's switch the letter to A. And then for C, save. Let's make sure we did that right. We might have to move the Y's as well. I forget if we did that. Alright, looks good. And we have enough room for like a little arrow here. We might have to update that UI stuff. It originally had like these hands to the right and left where you could scroll through these, but it's probably, I don't know, it was a little small of a button, so it's probably a better way to do that. Let's move this. Let's leave the shop label here. Maybe we'll put the scroller stuff here or something like that. Did someone break in and steal the glasses? That sounds crazy, but I'm beginning to think that's the only possible solution. So, yeah. Maybe I'll have to call the police and file a report that someone undetectedly stole my glasses. I probably took them from my face while I was sleeping. I like to listen. I use AirPods to listen to music, and I literally lose one at all times. So I only have one at all times, and just yesterday I found the second one. So now I can like listen to music in both ears, which is like a crazy experience after not having that for a few months. So yeah, it's probably me. I tend to lose stuff a lot. Although I'm not ruling out the possibility of a burglar. Let's see. Let's do the other buttons now. So this is the body buttons. Oh yeah, those are the original. Let's just let's fix up the shop items, but there's none being displayed right now, but we'll have it done for later. Okay, so these are where the buttons are made, so I need to set the scale correctly. I think the Y is going to be off at that point, so let's fix the Y as well. But it's the shop label, just this. And get the get buttons instead of inventory buttons. We'll update the names of those. And we should be good to go. So after, like, the next step in this pop-up is getting the, well, actually I think we need to be able to switch tabs, so we'll probably do that now. So like switching between body, mouths, eyes to see the different categories. And all this we could probably upgrade at some point later, but there's a bug. Line 1600. So we got extra parentheses accidentally. Let's try it again. Yeah, but we also need to be able to. I need to add the shop items so that you can purchase these little items with your coins. Right now they're not being displayed, but I feel like I was just like a couple steps away from fully integrating that. Like maybe it doesn't update in your database. I don't know. There's some bug having to do with buying items, so we'll have to fix that. I think that's why I didn't put it in the game originally. Okay, that's good enough for now. Like, I'm leaving this white space because I don't really know exactly if there's other stuff I want to do in this. Now that I have so much room, I don't know if there's other stuff I want to do, or if I want to like change the way I scroll by like putting like a bar down here or something. We'll figure it out. Or I could always highlight, like have another section with featured items or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Could even make this some kind of store down here. Probably not. But as you see, I can't switch between the different tabs, so let's do that. Let's go to on touch end. I'm really curious where those glasses are. That's always like my fascination when I lose something. I like get obsessed and like, where could they? I wish I was like some kind of dating and I could just know where they were just out of curiosity. You know, like how could they be somewhere that I don't know where they are? You know. On touch ended. Well, I think it's here. Wait. Button B, button C. Those are the main buttons. It's not. Oh, here it is. So this is button for a body part pressed. So this is where we're changing the tab. I'm wondering if this even is running. Let me open up the chats again to make sure no one's asking any questions. I'm looking at the chats on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. Feel free to ask me any questions. Play the game, make a level, send me the link to it so I can play it on stream. Feature it in the game as well. I could print out something to make sure it's working. Checking for switch body type here. Let's run the code. Okay. Yeah, so that's not being printed, so this isn't even being hit. It's possible something in here isn't firing. This dot tab num equals 1. Maybe the tab num is wrong. We should start that at 1. Now I bet it'll work. Alright, there we go. So now as you see, we can switch between the mouths, the eyes, the bodies, and within these we can switch. Some of these are scaled poorly, we'll have to fix that. We can also scroll through them. When I switch, they all get scaled weird, we'll have to fix that. That makes sense that that's happening like that. Let's do that. Somewhere in on touch end. So we're looking to see if it's touching the scroll button somewhere. Emoji touch end is where we check some of this stuff. So inventory right button. So this is where we set scale. We want to be this dot width over 4 times 0.8. Same for B and C. And if we go left, we gotta do the same thing for this stuff, A, B, and C. And same thing for the shop buttons, even though there's nothing in there yet, we'll have to do it eventually anyways. I'm just gonna do it now while I'm here. Checking the chats right now. We're good. Hello to everybody watching on Twitter and YouTube. So last set right here, going left this time. So I'll be able to show you some of the stuff we have. Alright, let's see how this works. What's up, Kessels? Welcome back. I'm working on the emoji customization pop-up. So as we scroll now, let me show you all the items that you can have. So this is where I load in the body types that the player has unlocked. hold on. Yeah, and I'm going to add a bunch of the other ones so we can see them all. So instead of using the ones from the database, we're gonna say, okay, actually, after you load them from the database, we're just gonna give the player all of the items in the game. So this is just for all the bodies in the game. It's the colors and special little items for the body. Let's make sure that works. Home avatar. So when I scroll, so we got like different colors. This is like an evil kind of background face. Yellow, orange. And we got some different items like, oh, tennis ball. A different color. There's a baby face that I'm a big fan of. A globe. A volleyball. And I noticed, oh, actually, never mind. Brown. This is like a silver one. Some like flags or something. Some cheeks. Stop sign. It's like a sun, a moon, and a sun. Yeah, so I just like took a bunch of emojis from the Twitter emoji set, and I'm like just made some bodies for like to have a set at the start or whatever. And some of the items, they cost more coins. They're more rare than the others. I could keep some of those from being purchased and save them for the fruit basket unlocks. That might be a good idea. I'm gonna cancel. But yeah, just so you know, that's what all of the body parts look like. Looks like they're all being scaled correctly. Alright. Yeah, and so again, this feature is being implemented on Monday. That's when I update the game every Monday with a new update we work on the stream together, and also a new world and a new emoji. So that's what we're working on now. Alright, what should we do next? So we need to integrate like the shop stuff. Let's do that. Let's see how this works. I know there's gonna be some bugs. Get body images. So I commented all this out so that you couldn't buy any items. All these numbers are like the number of coins that's required to buy them. There's a bug. There's no comma there. We're about an hour into the stream. A couple more hours to go at least. I started at around 9. I wanted to start at 8, but I was up kind of late last night. 9 is like the latest that I want to start. I'd like to start an hour earlier if possible, so I get at least 4 to 5 hours of coding each day, at least on stream. Home. Alright, so now these shop items, this is what that purple thing is. It doesn't look like it's being scaled very well. Ooh, and the yellow one's working, but not the purple one. So let's, maybe I missed one scale somewhere. Let's go down. These are on like line 800. I do this stuff. doing E. Looks like I'm scaling it right. That's weird. Oh, no, that's right. It's weird to me that this yellow one is perfectly sized, but this purple one is not. That is weird. What did I do wrong? Item A, item B, item C. Okay, item D. The scale's correct. Oh, I'm using E. D, it should be E. And now it should be scaled correctly. Cool, so I can scroll, everything's sized correctly. So another thing I noticed is these coins, they don't update the amounts when they go left, but looks like they update them when I go right correctly. Looks like the solid colors are like cheap and the objects are more expensive or whatever. But if I click one, let's click the tennis ball. Okay, I can't even click on them right now, so that's something we need to figure out. On touch end. In this emoji touch end function, because usually I had 3 different tabs, so if this tab was open I would shoot it here, if this tab was open I'd shoot it here, but now there's only 1 tab, so this holds a lot of the input functionality. So this is if the left, right arrows are hit. Okay, if you click the inventory A, inventory B, inventory C, so now it should be, this is all commented out. If you click get button A, get button B, get button C. So this is where we're going to be working right now. Let's see what the functionality works like now. We'll definitely be able to finish this, I hope, pretty easily to allow players to buy items. That would be awesome. So first half of the stream would be awesome to fix this pop-up totally. At least first pass for functionality, and we can keep improving it after that. So if I hit this purple, it's saying do I want to buy it or cancel. I can change which one I'm getting. Let's say I click 100. Nothing happens, but I didn't have enough coins. Let's purchase one that I know I can purchase, the orange one. Nothing happens. Let's refresh. I had 70 coins and I didn't have orange in the inventory. Let's see if anything happened or if it just rejected the purchase. Okay, so look, we have 10 coins now. Okay, looks like we purchased a pink one. Oh, these are awful this second. That's weird. I think we purchased a pink. Let's go cosmetics, inventory, body. So these are the ones we've purchased. I think we didn't have this pink one before. I'm pretty sure we bought it when I was trying to buy the orange one. So let's try to buy another one. I don't have enough coins. Give me myself 1,000 coins. I'm pretty sure it's not purchasing the correct one. So that's one thing we need to fix. Make sure it's depending on which one I'm highlighting. Pick the correct one to purchase, and also if I purchase it, I'm guessing the player wants to equip it, so just automatically equip it. This is blue. Well, again, more expensive one. It's not. What one do I want? Sun, the moon. Let's buy it for 300. So let's look back at the database. So look, we just got body evil. So it's not doing the correct one. Body evil. Let's delete that. Body evil. So I clicked the one in the middle. I was wondering if it's like only if it's not considering the scrolling and it's just whatever one was initially there, if that's the one that's being purchased. So I want to see if the purple one's in the center, but I don't know if it is or not. Okay, it's close to the center. So yeah, though it's not purchasing the correct one. But it's showing the correct one when we click it, right? So it's saying purchase num equals this dot body tab num plus 10. I think the plus 10 indicates that it is a purchasable item. I don't know, I'm doing something weird here. So it edits the emoji, and this is the right number for editing the emoji. So let's go to where I hit purchase. So that's in the onTouchEnd function. Cancel, confirm. So this is the confirm button works if you're changing your outfit or if you're buying a new outfit. So this is where I detect which one it is doing. So if buy part flag is true, then I know I'm buying it. Okay. So getting the cost, current cost inventory index. So it's using cur inventory index for the cost. If we have more coins than the cost, then it does the purchase. Deducts coins. I'm using inventory index again to set the cur get code. Yeah, so this .inventory index, that is, something's wrong with that. So it starts at 0. So when I go right, I add 1 to inventory index. I bet maybe I'm purchasing like the one on the left. So maybe it works if I am always purchasing the one in the. Okay, my theory is that, let's go back, that I can always purchase correctly the one on the left because this is the inventory index and I'm just not adding 1 or 2 if I click the center or right button. So let's test out that theory. Just gonna hit refresh real fast. Home. Okay, so let's do a bunch of scrolling. Left, right, left. Let's get this tennis ball. And it's on the left. Buy. And what do I get? I got the evil. Okay. Let's delete that. I wonder if I'm always getting the evil every time and the inventory index just isn't updating like I think it is. Let's check that. Let me check the chats and the other channels. Hello to everyone watching on Twitter. I see you. Feel free to leave any comments or feedback or questions or anything you want. I'm home, so let's scroll through a bunch. Let's go this volleyball. Buy. What do I get? I get the evil, so I'm getting the evil body part no matter what. That's good to know. Well, it's weird though, because it seems like I'm updating it correctly, inventory index. This is where we buy. Maybe we should just print out the inventory index. Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna give myself some more coins. 10,000 should do the trick. So we're gonna go to the right, buy this globe in the center, buy. It says inventory index 0. Do I reset it somewhere? So it's 0. Knit emoji body. When I call that, it sets it to 0. Am I doing that before purchasing? what I'm doing. I think I'm calling this function that sets the inventory index to 0, so that when I hit purchase, the inventory index is always 0, so I always get the same first item. At least that's my theory at this point. So let me just stop that. And I feel like that'll cause another problem, but at least it'll confirm my theory. We can delete the evil again. We got 4 viewers on Twitch. What's up, y'all? I'm checking the chat everywhere. Let me know if you have any questions about the game. This is my game, Emoji Pop. I haven't really introduced it much this stream, but it's a bubble shooter puzzle game. I used to make these in the industry. I wanted a creative agency to do it my own way, though, because the corporate developers tend to use a copy-paste mentality. Like, if you're a game designer and you suggest doing something differently than how Candy Crush does something, for example, even though this game is very different than Candy Crush, if you were to diverge from anything that these big money games do, they're going to question you, and you're probably not going to be able to implement that thing, even if you have everything you need to back it up. And so that causes all these problems. It makes it so that, like, bubble shooters, for example, we design bubble shooters in the industry using the Saga map, where you go level to level to level, so you get stuck in a level for a long time until you finally win. And that's done because that makes a lot of money, and it also works really well for match 3 games, since they're so based in chance. But bubble shooters are not so much based in chance. They're very much based in skill. So to compensate for that, corporate developers, they suck all the skill and fun out of these games in order to make them profitable along the Saga map. But then they cannibalize the game, the core appeal of the game, by doing that. So I have a totally different approach. I think their failed approach is the reason why match 3s make all the money and bubble shooters hardly make any money in comparison. I think bubble shooters are the next genre that's going to take over the casual mobile space on mobile. They are a little deeper, they are a little more engaging because of their higher threshold of skill, but they're still based in chance to a high degree. And I think many developers assume match 3s will reign forever. I read all these CEOs of these companies, they assume, like, Jam City's CEO in a magazine said that he expects Cookie Jam to be a popular game for the next 50 or 100 years. And I think that's kind of ridiculous to assume that audiences' tastes will remain exactly the same. Especially 50 years from now, the older people playing games aren't going to be playing Cookie Jam. They're going to be people in our generation who are playing video games at an older age, and they're not going to be playing Cookie Jam, I can tell you that. As the audience gets more mature, becomes more game literate, they're going to demand more and more engaging or skill-based kinds of games. They're going to expand what they're looking for in these kinds of games. For that reason, I think bubble shooters are the casual mobile puzzle game of the future. They won't reign forever, just like match 3s. I'm not saying that, but I think that they have what it takes to usurp the domination of the match 3. But we'll see if that's true or not. But I'm really thankful to have the chance to make this game, to at least test out this theory a little bit. And my goal is to challenge the way. So we, as indie developers, we're always critiquing and attacking the way that these giant corporate game developers make their games. We attack them for being evil and manipulative and addictive and vacuous, totally lacking any substance, despite charging some players hundreds of dollars. But all we do is complain about it, and we actually discourage indie developers who try to venture into the space. So basically, we complain and prevent other indie developers from challenging the domination of these corporate developers. And what that does really is just maintain their domination over the space. So my goal is to design games differently. And unlike the corporate developers, we like to think that they know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They are using a copy-paste mentality. Many of these corporate developers, they boomed during 2011, around 2011, 2012, because there were no competitors. So they weren't doing things that great, but there were no competitors, and this is a new space, so it worked for the time. And now they're just doubling down on these failed gaming design philosophies, and that's why so many of them go bust. That's why so many of them now rely totally on IPs, because they don't know how to design original games for the space. They don't understand the psychology of these players. They don't understand what they're looking for in these games. At least many of them, not saying all of them. And so that's why you see like Harry Potter match 3s, Wizard of Oz match 3s, like they're doubling down on using these IPs in order to get an edge over each other. It's like this big financial game in many ways, and so I'm trying to kind of disrupt that a little bit. My goal is to provide a healthier, organic alternative to these games like Candy Crush. So my game's more based in skill. I think it's more a legitimate video game than Candy Crush. Not to say Candy Crush isn't a video game, it totally is. But by including a level creator in the game, and by doing the stream and giving players level design feedback and doing tutorials and stuff like that, I'm able to train players in the skill of level design and game design. My first job in the industry was as a level designer for these developers, so my goal is to give players the experience I had learning level design, and my goal is to empower some of my players to maybe even pursue getting jobs in this space. So if learning level design and going really deep in bubble shooter level design, you'll learn so much about game design that applies everywhere. Just mastering any kind of skill like that, and especially bubble shooters, since every level is kind of its own game, so it really gives you a lot of room to explore game design. But you could even specifically I know you can get a job if you work really hard making these levels and working with me and the community to get better at making them. If you go in for a job, even if you have no education or anything, if you've been making these levels for a year and you have so much to show, and you can show them you can show them your levels, you can have them play your levels on their phone, since you can share them with a simple web link, and you can kind of talk them through while you design the levels the way you did, and show that you have experience making these kinds of levels, and show, most importantly, how passionate you are. I guarantee you're going to get that job. So I got the level designer job without having any experience making levels or anything like that. I was totally unqualified, but I'm really good at learning, and I'm really passionate and really dedicated, so I was able to learn this stuff on the job. But if you can learn it before you get to the job, and I can guarantee you, you can go to San Francisco and get a great salary at a company, So that's kind of my goal. That's how I'm countering the emptiness, the hollowness of games. In exchange for investing in this game, I'm trying to give you a real-world skill and an opportunity to express yourself and put yourself out there for the whole world to see, since you can share your levels on social media. So that's kind of one of my big goals. I've structured the game so that it doesn't follow the saga map approach, which is the nail in the coffin. If a developer makes a bubble shooter with a saga map approach, or even if it's disguised differently, if it's still a linear list of levels that gets players stuck, they're doing it wrong. I guarantee you they're doing it wrong, because saga maps are great for games that are chance-based. And bubble shooters are not as much based on chance, especially for the casual mobile space. Most casual gamers view bubble shooters as actually incredibly a skill-based game, because they're not that game literate, And it's got a deeper strategy than match 3s. It's got a more complicated strategy to convey than match 3s. It requires a shooting mechanic that some players will actually have trouble with, even though it's simple for people like indie devs that play a lot of games, So for all those reasons, that's kind of why I'm designing Mojopop the way I am. I'm designing it with the community, and with and for the community. I want it to be, it's a game about game design. I want this whole project to be about game development and just working on it together, and eventually I'll release a Patreon once I get an audience going, and all of the money that they spend in the game, which will be limited, will go back into developing the game and making it better for the players. So that's kind of my whole objective with all of that. So just a little tangent there before I go back into the coding. So I made it so inventory index doesn't get reset. So let's see if I can buy a different item. Let's buy the baby. If I go to the database, still nothing has changed. I bought the evil again. So changing inventory index to 0 did not help. Inventory index is, let's see where else is set to 0. Emoji touch end. So I want to see when I scroll right and left, what's the inventory index there? I'm making sure I'm not setting it to 0 each time by some bug or something. Cool, let's see how this is working. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Anyone watching on Twitter, YouTube, or Twitch. Let me know if you have any feedback. We're working on the kind of meta reward loops for the game. That's not like a meta system, but it's like these external reward loops that motivate good player behavior and encourage, well, at least encourage like most likely you won't complete any chests in the first playthrough session, so it kind of serves as like a keep playing consistently, play next time, keep beating levels in order to keep getting these rewards. So it serves as a way to kind of motivate players to kind of play day to day a little bit. It's not that much focus on retention, but it's more focused on like make sure you keep beating levels and you want to play consistently if you want to eventually get these fruit chests, which take longer to complete than the star chest. Let's go here. So if I... Oh, this is me changing the inventory. Oh. I'm using the inventory index. I think there's a get index. That's what I should be using. Okay, yes. I know what's going on now. So I need to go where do I buy the emoji? It's on touch end. So I think I want to be using this .get index. Let's try that. Yeah, the inventory index was 0 because I never moved the inventory, so it was just always buying the first get index, and so I think I fixed that. We'll see. Globe buy, and in the database we have purchased nothing. Okay, let's buy the green one. Okay, bought purple. Oh, bought the baby. So it's still off, but it's working better now. I think I might know what's going on. Let's try it again. Okay, I scroll 1 to the right. Let me buy this tennis ball. See what I got. I got the gold. So what's happening now is we're a little closer. The get index always indicates the far left emoji. And so when we bought the tennis ball, the get index is this one right here. So that's what we got. So what we need to do is if I click the one in the middle or the one on the right, we need to add 1 or 2 to the get index, which could actually require, if this was the last one, then we'd have to go back down to 0 for this one. So there's going to be some kind of recalculations here we'll have to do. So let's create a variable called item getting equals this dot get index, and if we're getting the center or the far right one, so let's create another variable somewhere else, and when we click the center or right one, it'll be called get offset, the get index offset. So this item getting plus equals this dot get index offsets. So this dot get index offset. So let's go down to where get index offsets. So if we click inventory button A, B, C. Okay, if we click get button A, this dot get index offset equals 0. B should be 1. C should be 2. Okay, so another thing we have to do is, so we're adding onto the index offset and onto the get index in order to get the true position that we're getting so that we can get the right item. But let's say the first item is the last one on the list. So we don't want a number that's more than the items we have. Like basically, if the center items is index 0, we'll actually get like index 10 or something there. So we need to, if the index that we have is higher than the number that are in the list, we'll need to reset it back at 0 basically. So item getting, if item getting is greater than the number that are in the list, there's this curget costs, which is a list of all the costs. It's the same size, so we can just do dot length, and that's the number of items in the shop. And there's gonna be a lot of bugs I think that come from after this. If you like buy 2 items in a row, like the index is probably gonna be messed up, and we'll have to like figure all that stuff out after. So it's definitely like gonna take a little bit of time to make sure this shop is working correctly. It's important because we're getting coins from these reward loops, the chest and the fruit basket. So we need to make sure that the coins work, that they're actually valuable to the players. That's why we're integrating the shop a bit better. We're an hour and a half in the stream. What's up, y'all? Thanks for joining. Thanks everyone watching on Twitter and YouTube, and my main followers on Twitch. Thanks again for showing up and helping me out every day. It's a huge help. It's awesome to have people to talk to while I'm working. So if the number is greater, then we'll just subtract the length. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this. So if there's 10 items, that means there's indices from 0 through 9. So that means 9. Let's say I get 10, but it should be 0. So I have the index is going to be, the get index is going to be 10 if it's one past. 9, 10. It's not so the thing should be greater than the length minus 1 because of the opposite of 0. and then subtract the length. I think that's working. Let's see if we can get the right item. That's the first goal right now that we're working on. And then we'll take it from there. But I want to see that we are purchasing the right item. Scroll to the right and left a bit. Let's hit the stop sign. So if I hit buy, let's go to the database. I bought the makeup one, I think. So I don't think it's working. Let's try it again. Making sure I saved. Second. All right, home. All right. Get this light blue one, buy, and I got the orange one. Okay, so it's still not working. So item getting plus equals get index offset. I'm setting that correctly. Get index offset. Print these out to see what's going wrong. Get index. Get offset. And then final index. All right, let's try that. Home avatar. Okay, let's go right and let's buy the globe. And someone hit buy. It says I'm gonna get the baby one, but let's look at the logs. Get index 5. Get offset is 2. Final get index 7. Oh my gosh. I'm an idiot. Okay, so we gotta just, instead of using this get index, I need to replace it with this new variable we made. That's why it wasn't working. Alright, now it should And so the way it populates the store is it looks at all the items that you've purchased, that you've earned, and then it looks at the store and it gets rid of all the ones you've purchased, and so it only shows the ones that you haven't purchased in the store. But it doesn't do that until you reload the game. So what we're gonna have to do eventually is remove that from the store immediately. I don't think we're doing that right now. Home, avatar, scroll, and I think it should work. Let's get the makeup. So I buy it, and I get the makeup one. So that is working, it looks like. I want to replace the emoji avatar when I do that. If you're buying something, I'm assuming you want it on your emoji. I forget what the function is that updates it. Update. No. Init emoji body? No. Emoji touch end. Edit emoji. Body index, inventory index. So we have to give it the inventory index. So body tab num, that's going to be whatever we're currently editing, which is the body in our case. And inventory index. That is going to be, I'm assuming I'm adding it to the inventory, so it's going to be the very last item. So this dot inventory items. I think it's inventory body codes, length, like to get the last item basically. So inventory body codes. To get the, it's an object, not a list, not an array. So we have to do object.keys. That's the function to get the list of keys for an object. And so now we have a list that we can tell the length of. -1 to get the last index on that list. It's going to change the last. We're going to see what's the last one. And this only works if it's on bodies. So we'll have to make it differently if you're on, depending on which body type you're editing. So we'll do that later. So I think today I'm working on this pop-up. It looks like there's a lot of stuff to work on, so while I'm in the zone here, I'm just gonna keep updating this. I need to make it work for there's like scaling issues with some of the odds, getting all of the emoji pieces looking correctly. Like I think today I'm just gonna focus on this, hopefully get this done. Then maybe tomorrow we'll go back to the getting the fruit in the levels and everything like that, and we'll also start tomorrow. Like working on that spinner that gets you like the big rewards, like the rare emoji pieces and stuff, and that'll kind of take us through the rest of the week and the weekend, and hopefully we'll be ready to release on Monday. Home, avatar. Okay, I'm gonna buy the globe. You know, I preview the globe. Is there a way I can just not remove it? What am I doing to... It didn't really work. This edit emoji thing. What am I doing to revert the emoji? So this is where you hit confirm. Gets the cost. Deducts your coins. Adds it to the inventory. Updates the database information. Oh, then I create a new emoji. Let me just... Let me comment this out. I can add it back in after. I think I'm gonna have to mess with this a little bit. Let me get rid of all the fancy ones I've purchased. Alright, let's go home, avatar. Okay, so let's first I want to see if I can just, I can update my emoji like normal. Let's purchase something. So I keep the tennis ball because I'm no longer getting rid of it. Kind of keep making these kind of purchases and changes. Looks like it. And I got the gold, got the tennis ball, that's working right. Unfortunately, they still appear in the shop. So we'll have to fix that. We don't want to be able to buy them more than once, obviously. And we're not adding them to the inventory right away. So that's another problem. It should appear in the inventory. And we also have to update the avatar on the home layer, so that's something else we'll have to do. But at least when you buy something now, it keeps the preview working. But something I was wondering is, let's give ourselves 0 coins. So the problem with that change I made is now if I'm not able to purchase, it's gonna leave the update on anyways, even though I didn't actually purchase the item. So I'll have to add another flag like, oh, if you weren't able to purchase it, revert in that case, but don't revert if you actually are able to purchase this. Home. So as you see, it's updated red. Okay, so I have 0 coins, so I'm gonna get this, and it stays even though I'm not able to purchase it. So let's do this. So here's where I go. If I have enough coins, do this. Else bot failed equals true. Let's do not enough coins equals true. So var not enough coins equals false. And so this commented out stuff, I'm going to do if not enough coins Alright, let's try that. So it'll revert if I don't have enough coins to purchase. And let's update the home layer when I update. I might have to, if I am able to purchase, I'm not sure that I'm updating the emoji definition. That might be a problem. So I have 0 coins. I'm gonna purchase this orange. Oh, this weird. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna purchase this orange. I'm not able to. It reverts back, so that's working. Let me refresh. So it didn't work, but is there a chance that it did work behind the scenes, that it's actually orange? No, okay. I was confused because I have this evil face, despite not being in my inventory, and despite it being still in the shop. I'll have to figure that out. Let's just realized I only buttoned 2 buttons on my shirt. It's a symptom of being in the house for weeks at a time. Alright. Oh man. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna do another pass to look for my glasses really fast. It'd be so awesome if I could find them. Still no glasses. Dang. Alright, back to the code. Felt good to just stand up and walk around. I might have to do that once in a while. I'm afraid I'm gonna like step on them or something. I feel like I'm Velma from Scooby-Doo. Let me switch to something else. I'm kind of getting lost in like just a few different problems to work out. I just need to take a break from that. We've made some progress. We can like towards buying items and stuff like that. We'll have to fix out some of the little bugs and stuff. What should we do now? Let me switch something else. Maybe I should design a level or something. I feel like switching it up kinda. So I'm gonna design a level. I am logged in. I'm going to change my world index so that I get the newest features in my editor. Maybe that world doesn't exist yet. I think world index 10, is that right? So we go to the creator. We're going to be using this dagger. This is the new emoji coming out next week. I think last week we introduced the ghost, which fades in and out. Now we're going to be working with the dagger. So the dagger is a little more complicated. The dagger constantly spins, and it shoots off in the direction that's pointed when you hit it, and it clears everything in its path, at least 3 spaces ahead of it. So let's see what we have for dagger levels. I want to see which ones we've designed, kind of. Okay, let's say I was starting a level here. Let's see, it might not be that good. So, like, look at this. This one's spinning kind of fast. I want to shoot it so it goes up left. Okay, so I'm shot up left, and I'm going to shoot this so it goes to the right. So that's kind of how the dagger works. Don't think this is the best level to show it off. Let's see, what other dagger levels have I made? That does not look fun. Alright, so here's one. So the point is, we got these little dice. The dice roll into random colors and sometimes make matches when they change colors automatically. So they kind of serve as like a source of chance. As I said, these puzzle kind of games, and a lot of kinds of games, as a game designer, you should be constantly considering the role that chance and skill is playing in your game. So, especially for these kinds of puzzle games, balancing chance and skill, making sure you have a healthy dose of both, and that one chance or skill isn't dominating the other, that's essential for making a replayable experience. If it's too based in chance, it's going to feel out of players' control. If it's too based in skill, it's going to feel too punishing when players aren't able to succeed. So you want it to be somewhat based in skill, so players feel like they can get better and that they can execute what you're asking to do. But you also need a healthy dose of chance in order to make it so that there's a natural swing, that sometimes you get luckier, sometimes you don't get as lucky. And so by having both of them at play, the player always is going to feel like they need to keep playing, and that eventually they're going to be able to win. Whether it's due to a little bit of luck and them learning the level and executing it a little better, like that combination makes it impossible for players to know whether they're losing because of chance or skill, and that makes them want to keep playing. That's how match 3s work. So that's kind of how I'm implementing it for bubble shooters, but in a totally different way for bubble shooters, obviously. So the dice for that reason are great at kind of naturally making levels a little bit more chancy. So I'm going to hit these dice. So that one turned red and made a match with the reds next to it. So now I can kind of hit this if I time it right. Let me try to hit that bomb in the top right. So this level is a little bit about hitting the dagger in the perfect spot in order to maximize your utility of it. So it shoots off that bomb, clears a bunch of stuff. I noticed the bomb didn't explode, didn't have the exploding animation. That's probably because I need to make sure, if the dagger hits the bombs, it should also trigger that animation. I guess I don't have that in the code somewhere. Let's do this. I'm going to use red. Cool, we matched the blues. We got kind of lucky there. I'm going to try to hit this bomb with this, top left. Oh, the yellow made a good match. That helped us out a lot. Green, blue. So it's not like the most exciting level, but I think it's important for teaching like a lesson. Like, it's got only 2 daggers, and it's really focused on you need to hit these in the right place, otherwise you're going to lose some moves. So I think this is a good level at teaching something. So I think it's in the world now. I think we might leave it in the world. The dagger emoji comes after the addition of the siren emoji, which introduced players to the idea of real-time behavior. So the sirens were the first emoji to be constantly changing, whereas most things change turn to turn. Like snails move once per turn, ghosts fade in and out after every turn. light bulbs change colors each turn. So light bulbs are changing colors each turn. So the siren actually builds off of that. Instead of changing colors each turn, the sirens are constantly changing colors in real time. So that's the introduction to the real time. And so I'm always trying to I order the emojis in the game in order to most naturally introduce players to the mechanics. And so every emoji that I introduce, if it's introducing a brand new mechanic, it should be very, very simple. And then future objects will build on top of that in the future. Or often emojis are kind of extensions of previous emojis, evolutions of those mechanics. So for example, I have a snail in World 8 that moves after every turn. Eventually, I'm sure I'm going to have an emoji that moves in real time. So like a snail that's always moving while you're aiming or whatever it is. Yeah. Want to be famous? Buy followers. I keep getting these spammers asking if I want to be famous. I'd block them, but they only say it once, so it's not really too much of a nuisance. Let's keep looking for dagger levels to get inspiration for our levels. So in addition to updating the game, each week we need to create new levels that go into the new world. So that's something I'll be doing. I'm going to do it right now since I'm getting a little... I have a short attention span, so I'm always switching tasks, basically. I've worked on this task for a couple hours, so I figured it's time to switch it up. This is the world for the dagger that's getting released on Monday. So it includes a ton of daggers, and they're 3 apart from each other, which means they're going to be able to chain react with each other. So I'm going to try to shoot this one to the top right. So this emoji... this is something that would never be featured in a corporately made bubble shooter. Not even in thousands of levels. There's no way they would even touch it, because it requires timing. That's a no-no in corporate made puzzle games. It also requires... It doesn't require, but it benefits players who kind of read the board. So I can be like, okay, it looks like when this is pointing upright, this points a certain way. So, for example, if I shot this and it went to the top left, this one is focused bottom right, so it would shoot up, and then this dagger would shoot back down, and almost nothing would happen. So it really benefits players to read the board, and so to really maximize, I would look at every combination. Actually, seems like I can get a lot if I shoot this top left. So let's try that. So look at all that stuff that I cleared. Boom, 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 boom. So that's kind of one of the core appeals. You can make some really awesome levels and puzzles with this obstacle. I'm really, really excited about it. And again, it's a total first, it's a brand new introduction, a brand new obstacle to the bubble shooter genre that I've never seen in a bubble shooter before. So I'm pretty sure this is the first time that something like this has been included in a game like this. It's pretty cool. So I'm not going to play this whole world. Let's just see if we have any more levels. Yeah, so I was thinking so this level, the criticism I'd give it is it doesn't feel very useful, these daggers. So for example, let me use this to clear the blue. That saved me a single match, so it doesn't really seem that useful to me just to, for example here, what am I going to do with it? I don't even need to use that dagger at all, so I feel like the daggers aren't very useful here. In the previous level where we were playing and they were chaining each other, they felt insanely useful. So to be useful, they should be kind of digging through multiple matches or something in order to say move, or chaining with each other to drop stuff or stuff like that. So sometimes with a new emoji, you just have to make a few levels in order to understand how it works and what are the pros and cons, and you learn a lot about game design that way. So again, there's they're 4 apart, so they're only clearing 1 match at a time. Not that useful. This is sized weird. That's back when I was working on the columns. So you can decide how many columns wide your level is. So you can make really skinny levels or really huge levels. That's also a brand new feature to Emoji Pop, to bubble shooters. I'm pretty sure most bubble shooters on the app stores, they're always the same size. There's like 12 bubbles wide. I'm pretty sure they're all the same, which I'm like, why not include the different sizes? It totally changes gameplay and it's super easy. Kessel's block Y Ronaldo. Okay, let me figure out how to do that. Click the name. Block your Y Ronaldo. Okay, he has been blocked. Is a bot. Cool. Y Ronaldo is no more. Thank you for the suggestion. I wasn't trying to block, but I just figured it out. So you learn something new every day. Cool. So let's just make a cool level. So I'm using these daggers. So how do I? All right, this is gonna be like a level design session here. What do I want to? How do I want to design this level? So if I was designing the first level in the world, then I would want to make it so that it really introduces players in a really positive way to the obstacles, so it should feel really good to use it. It should be really simple to use, and it should be something where the player is constantly interacting with the dagger. So for the first dagger level in the world, like, I wouldn't just use one dagger and that's it. You know, like, I want the players to be using the dagger time after time after time so that they really learn how it works. Let me think. Let's say I want to make a more complicated, let's not make the first level, let's make like the second or third kind of dagger level. The one we played with the bombs, that was kind of like the second level. It like kind of uses it in a different way, in a more focused way, with other obstacles in the mix. Let's make a speed level with it. So that's gonna be the third level. So for those of you who don't know, speed levels, it's a new mode that constantly drops down. Hello to Dead Omega 3 on Twitter. I just saw you just joined. This is my game Emoji Pop. Play it at playmojipop.com. Let me know if you have any questions. You can design your very own levels in it. That's what I'm doing now. So I'm designing new levels that are going to go live on Monday. So for this dagger, I want to use it in a speed mode. It's going to be really exciting because these daggers are going to be spinning in real time while everything's dropping. So you're going to be like having like time pressure upon time pressure. It's going to be really intense. So I need to consider that, not make it too pressured, but still like it's going to be fun to kind of have that pressure. So let's do something like we had in the world where there's chaining together and stuff like that. So let me just block it out. Let's end with like a rocket drop. So these rockets clear everything in the row. So you just have to get to the top in order to clear the top row, and then you win. And there's going to be some daggers. I'll make the top ones fast. So you just have to hit one of these going up in order to win. Let me put another one here. Actually, I wanted to make them fast. So usually there's no extra settings, but when I hit dagger, there's these extra settings we have to put in. So I have to set its initial position, its orientation. I also have to set its which way it rotates. So I'm going to make the ones on the right hand side rotate clockwise, and the other ones will go anti-clockwise, just because I think that'll look cool the way they're spinning. And the rabbit means go fast. So let's do that. Okay, let's do a couple more on the side. So they're really just trying to like hit one of these daggers at the top to win. Okay, and I'm gonna block out my level using these bubble wraps just to give an idea of the structure, and we'll fill it in with matches and stuff later. I think we want to be kind of blocky. Maybe we'll kind of cut out some stuff on the sides. Do I want the columns to be? Do I want it to be a little Right now it's 10 wide, 10 emojis wide. Maybe I want it to be 8 wide, so it's a little less room, kind of, because that way it'll be easier, kind of. And let's just make it this size for now. Yeah, let's make it this size for now. I was thinking I could kind of cut out stuff on the sides like this. That'll kind of give it like, maybe that's like a slightly more optimal path if you kind of, just like these rows a little easier to kind of dig into on the sides or something. So where do I want to put these daggers? Let's make the rest of them slow. Oops. Let's put it here and here. Let's continue this pattern a little bit more down. Let me know if anyone has any questions or thoughts on anything. You can design your own levels at playmojopop.com, and you can submit them to me on Twitter or in these chats, and I'd love to play your level. I feature levels in the game that players have made. So one of my important rules about designing levels is don't design the whole level in your head at the start. You should design a part of the level just to test it out. Otherwise, because usually I design levels, I've designed thousands of Bubble Shooter levels, you know, and so the real gold comes not from the idea initially, it comes from putting pen to paper and testing it out and play testing. So when I usually have some kind of concept for a level, I kind of block out a piece of it, I play test it, and then after that play test, the level usually goes a completely different direction because I notice things in the gameplay experience that really like tell me how I should continue the level and stuff. So make sure you try to come up with, it's the same thing with making a game. Make a minimum viable product, the core part of the game that you can test out, and then expand on it from there. Same applies to level design. So let's do these daggers. So like ideally maybe you could kind of chip up. I think when I play test this I might have a lot of thoughts on this, so let's figure this out. So for example, this one could go this way. So another concern about these daggers is you have to make sure they're not like screwing up your player. So no matter where the dagger is pointed, if the player hits it somewhere, it shouldn't like block players off. It shouldn't split up a bunch of matches and leave players in a bad situation, you know? Like, so we have to kind of design the matches around that. So that means like maybe probably a lot of diagonal matches or chunky matches to make sure that there's always, if I cut off a couple bubbles, there's still a few that allow players to make a match. You can't match single bubbles, you have to match 3. That's usually how match 3 games work. Although maybe that's wrong, maybe it should be whatever amount makes a match. That's something to consider maybe. I think I want a lot. Okay, so maybe they don't chain together, but I want a lot of them because I want players to be constantly hitting them in desperation, maybe a little bit sometimes. So maybe I add some to like the center here. Okay, let's make some matches now. Actually, this one should be a dagger. You also have to kind of consider like, okay, if the dagger is here, when it's pointing upright, what is the one upright going to be facing? So you have to kind of like think through like the orientations kind of, and a lot of that, as I said, you can kind of figure out in playtesting. Like, oh, when I hit the dagger chaining to that dagger, like that didn't feel that good, so maybe just rotate it a couple more, and then maybe it works better next time. A lot of trial and error involved in this. Alright, so let's draw some matches for now. We'll see how this goes. There's going to be a lot we're probably going to have to change. So let's draw some matches. So I'm thinking here, if this dagger goes up left, there's still 2 bubbles to match. If this goes to the left, there's still 2 bubbles to match here, so we're good no matter what. I think these chunkier matches make sense, given the frantic nature of the level. Maybe we'll include some bubble wraps in this level too. And I'm trying to make the emojis so that the colors should be evenly distributed through the level. That makes for a smoother play experience. If we had like lots of purples and greens on the right hand side, then players would kind of get stuck if they go up the right hand side if they have yellows and reds, so that's why it's good to kind of just make it as even as possible. Something else that you can kind of figure out through playtesting. Let's keep going. We need a red up here probably. One concern I'm having is that the use of these daggers, they might not, since they don't really chain react or whatever, they might not feel as satisfying. So if that's the case, we'll need to make sure that they drop stuff kind of more often. We'll just have to maybe add some more daggers or arrange them in a ways that allows for like these bigger clears. We'll probably do that later actually. So I could have put the yellow here, but I figured it's too close to that yellow, so might as well space them out a bit more. Let's just test this out for now. I'm going to save it, and we'll test it. This is not in speed mode yet. I just kind of want to see what it's like. So let's just make some kind of random moves, see what happens. Okay, that kind of opens up that dagger. I kind of like that. I can shoot up left or up right. Let's shoot up left. That opens up this dagger. Let's shoot that up left. That opens up another dagger. So I'm liking the way this is looking. I could either shoot this to the left or shoot to the right. Okay, it feels like I should be able to have some like drops at this point. Yeah, there's one. Let's give it some more drop potential at the beginning here. I'm gonna go back to edit mode. Let's remove a bubble wrap here and here so that hit it to the right or left. Oops. It will drop one side. Now let's change the mode. Set it to a speed of 2. That's not too fast. I'm gonna refresh. I think there's a. Let's hit test. Okay. So see, like I'm like, oh, do I want to wait or should I just go? Yellow, purple, green. Oh, I got green here. Oh god, oh god. So I can drop the right side there. I got a match here. Oh, okay, cool. So see how I split those two matches there? That could be a problem. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, saved it. Okay, so I like the. It feels good. It could use some polish. It could use some like a. It's a little rough around the edges, but I like the concept of the level. I like these kind of moments. I think we can kind of make it better based on that experience that I had. I think we need more drops, especially at the beginning. Let's add more daggers. Add another one here. I am concerned about. I don't want it to be that direction. I'm concerned about splitting up matches because I saw like we had like a red and a purple right here. That was kind of annoying. It was right here. Let's save and test again. Oops. What I could do is, I think I want to get rid of one here and here so that this is another drop potential for this emoji. Let's make these different colors though. That way, like, it's not just the color that you can drop it with. You kind of should use the emoji obstacle. Test it. So that felt good. Why are these spinning constantly? Okay, that's a bug. I think that has to do with the speed mode. So it looks like we found a bug with the dagger. So the bug is, you can see, if it starts off screen, if I let go, the top ones aren't going to stop spinning. So watch, they all stop spinning except for the ones that were off, and looks like a couple of them get stuck. So that's an interesting gameplay bug we're going to have to figure out. I'm going to add that to my list on the side here. And I do have it on my list to work on the emojis for the Twitch chat. I haven't forgotten about that for sure. Bug, daggers, starting off screen, rotates non-stop. Notice daggers that stop spinning. So I haven't really tried the daggers with the speed mode, so it makes sense that there's some like differences with the way they work. So that's something I'm gonna have to figure out. But I think this is a good structure. This is a good setup for a level. It's gonna take some polishing. I might end up changing the matches and the overall design a little bit. But I think that's a good start for that level. Let's go back home. I'm gonna refresh. So another. I don't think we have the first dagger level done. Let's go to the database. I did this a bit ago, but I forgot. Okay, so yeah, this first level is just a placeholder, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it's a bunch of like bubble wraps mostly. One thing I was thinking is it'd be cool if like the first level in this world, like it wasn't really, there were like no colors, like there's only one color maybe, and it's literally just about hitting these daggers. That could be cool. I think that's a great idea for first level. Let's try that. I'm jazzed about that idea. Let's create. So I'm just gonna use like bubble wraps, I guess, maybe some soap, I'm not sure. But it's going to be focused on just using these daggers to clear stuff in as few moves possible. I like that idea a lot. So let's figure out a structure. It should be different than the world, even though that the world structure where they're chained together, it's a great structure for the dagger, but I want to do something different for the first level. Maybe something with more spaces, less filled in, some gaps in between and stuff, so that you can constantly kind of keep going for these daggers. I think that'd be good. So let's have like a bomb finish. Oh, do I want bombs? Let's use the arrows. I'm not sure that I'm going to use the arrows in this world, so let's just finish it with arrows maybe. So I'm going to include some at the top. We'll figure that out once we get to the top. Let's figure out a core structure. Let's change the columns. I want it to be a different size. So maybe one smaller. That's going to be good. So let's kind of figure out a structure. Actually, is this the size of the world? I forget. What's the size of the world? Okay, so it actually is smaller in the world. It's 8 wide. Let's go home. So instead of 8, could we do smaller? I think that's too small. Let's do the bigger one, 10. All right. Man, I'm in PS2. What you working on? I've been gone for a bit. So let me show you. I was working on the emoji avatar customization pop-up, and so now we're able to like purchase new pieces for our emoji and stuff, even though it's not working perfectly. There's some bugs associated with that and stuff. But what I'm working on now is I got kind of tired of working that for a couple hours, so I figured I'd switch it up, and we're working on levels for the new world that we're releasing on Monday. So thanks for asking. So what we're doing is I'm creating the first level. So we have this, let me show you. This is our world for the Dagger world. This is the new world. I release a new world every Monday, except for last Monday because I was sick before. But this is the world going live on Monday. And so you know how the daggers work, I think. They shoot the way that they're pointing when you hit them, and they can kind of chain together and clear stuff. So this is the first star in the world. We need to design the level for that. So we need to basically come up with a tutorial level that reinforces the mechanic of the daggers that we're reintroducing in this world. So I decided I'm gonna make a dagger level that doesn't use colors really. So this is the first time I've done that, like a one color level. So I'm gonna fill the level with these like bubble wraps, and there's going to be daggers all over the place. And so players are going to be strategizing, trying to hit these daggers in a way that saves them moves. And they're not worrying about making matches. So I think this is going to be a really fresh level because it's so different. So that's what I'm doing now. We're just kind of designing some levels right now. I thought I'd take a break from the coding for a little bit. Especially since I can't freaking see my monitor, but that's okay. So I need to come up with like a structure for this level. So... and I decided I wanted to be kind of spacious, so let's just start doing something. I was thinking something like a bunch of like these kite kind of shaped things. Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of put these daggers kind of in these core positions a bit. So I'm gonna use yellow for where I'm gonna put the daggers as a placeholder. So I'll put them here, maybe some here, so you can kind of chain them together. So it's going to be kind of testing their ability to time out their shots a bit in order to hit them in the optimal direction. So let's carry this down a little bit more, this pattern. Okay, yeah, so these smiley faces is where I'm going to put the daggers, and again, as I said, I'm going to try not to use colors really. You have to use colors somewhere in your level in order for it to work. So at the very top, I'll just sprinkle in some color or whatever, and then it'll be like at the very top where you blow it up or whatever. Okay, so let's throw some daggers down. The beginning ones are going to be going slowly. The ones on the left side I'll make go clockwise. So when this faces up left, I want this facing up left as well. So same. When this is facing this way, I want this to go up right. And maybe this goes upright as well. This one. Hey, I'm back. Had a meeting with Sup Kessels. I'm making the introduction level for the new. Hope you're meeting well. How'd your meeting go, actually? I'm just making the first level for our new world next week. This is going to the left. So I want this down left. Some marketing company, not for my. Gotcha. Alright, let's just save this and test it. So yeah, the idea of this level is I want to make a level without any colored emojis, really. So you're going to be focused on making these dagger shots. And maybe it starts out kind of easy. Oops, I'll say I messed that up. So hopefully that costs me some moves. Let's edit. So yeah, I need to be a little more interesting than this. And this is like maybe a good introduction though. Do I need to... Maybe I should add an X here. Oh, cool. It's like noon. Nice. 2.5 hour stream. That went by really fast, actually. Let's see. What do I want to do? A Hexstars app in review. Sweet. That was awesome. That's exciting. I'm excited to play it. Yeah, let me know if you want. Let me know when it's up, or otherwise, I guess you can just tell me tomorrow or whatever. I saw you had like in the upper 200s for reviews now. I'm pretty sure. There's some other app now. When I search Fall Guys, there was another app that's ahead of you in the search. It takes a couple hours to sync on your end. Gotcha. Yeah, I saw another app when I type in Fall Guys. There's one more that is ahead of you now, but it's like a customization quiz, like a stupid thing. I don't know. It's kind of annoying that it's ahead of you. It's this really stupid app. It's like a quiz about the game or whatever. Oh, so you're up in the 300s for reviews now. You're number 117 in action games. That is awesome. You're 115 in the action charts. That is so awesome. It's okay. We fluctuate keyword positions daily. Okay, that's good to know. I'm wondering if it's a big deal for you to be charting in this genre, in the action genre. Like, if I was charting, I'd be like, oh my god, I'm charting. Like, maybe this is like normal for you, but like, I think that's really impressive, you know? Like Fruit Ninja's at number 60, you know, and you're 117. It's a big deal for sure. Had to chart in USA. Sweet. You should get an app, Annie. I'll show you how it looks. Let me do that. I'm pretty sure I need to create an account. Just search my app when you log in. Cool. Oh, maybe I do have an account. Yeah, I do. Mattman says thanks. Yeah, I wanted to compliment you, but I didn't know if you'd be like, oh, that's not a big deal. But I was like, that is awesome that you're charting. Like, that is freaking cool. I'm glad you think it's a good thing. Well, top 100 where I want to be. Well, top 10, lol. I know you're gonna get there. Are there like any other countries you're specifically targeting or focusing on optimizing in the App Store for certain countries, or are you focusing on the United States, or just a question, curiosity? I'm almost logged in. Yeah, translating whole game to Chinese. Smart. See pick in Discord. Okay. Then translating store description to Korean and Japanese. Cool. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Here's my App Annie. Okay, now search at top. Oh, cool. I saw your Chinese version almost done. That's awesome. Looks good. That's exciting. I'm curious to see how that does. Close. Then click daily ranks on left side. Okay, interesting. So you're in rank 100 in 3 countries. You're at rank 1042 countries. In games. Oh, that's for overall. Another cool thing on the left side is also ASO keywords. Right here. Oh, sweet. This is awesome. See, I thought a lot of this was like, you had to pay for it. I had no idea that this was all free. So... keyword rank, Fall Guys. So Fall Guys is definitely a big one. Hexagon. That must be a different game. The little locks on the left side are all paid features. Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. So the biggest searches are Fall Erase Mobile, Hexagon, Run Royale, Eternals, Hex. Oh, there's a lot more here too. Hexagons. I like to browse top charts on here to study other games. Gotcha. I like to browse top charts. iPhone US. So Among Us is #1 in free. It's funny to me that Tinder is grossing so much money even in the lockdown. YouTube's making a lot of money. Interesting. Among Us. You can learn lots from looking at the market. Oh man, I'm gonna be pouring over this stuff. This is really interesting to me too. Thank you so much for showing me this. Ratings. These are the paid features. All the versions. Interesting. Similar games. You can also browse in other countries, get ideas from foreign apps. Interesting, that's smart. Among Us. Interesting. I thought that number search would be Oh, number of apps returned for the search term. Okay, so these are like your competitors that are also displayed. Apps position and the search results for each keyword. Okay. So it's number one for all of these. Why is pixel art for food so hard? I could see that being really hard, actually. That's funny. Yeah, you have to make a souffle with 48 pixels. Search emoji pop for fun. That's a great idea. So this is, if I go on the App Store eventually, this is what I would have to be doing. Yeah, so there's this old game called Emoji Pop, straight up. Emoji Pop 2017. So this is like everyone always tells me, oh, there's already a game called Emoji Pop, and I'm like, yeah, that's okay. But this is the game everyone always refers to, where you have to like spell out the words the emojis are saying, I guess. Apple will not let you have the same game name as someone else. Yeah, so my plan was to like just have a little add-on, like Emoji Pop mobile or something like that, you know. That's good to know, though. Look, Discord. This is my limit for food. Wow, that is a very tight space, actually. 1 block is 1 pixel. Interesting. Let me show this really fast. Yeah, so Kessels is saying that he kind of struggles because due to like the resolution of like the art, like you have to kind of pack a lot of detail into these squares in order to make the food. So you have to like, I can see that being really difficult to make like a certain kind of meal or food item within this little space. 1 block is 1 pixel. So do you get this whole square basically, or is it just this kind of round part? What is this? What is this food supposed to be? Also, pixel art is hard, says Matt Man. If I were to guess what this is, I would say some kind of like steak. Am I right? Or like, can you make it bigger than size down? Question mark, says Matt Man. Soup. Oh, that was going to be a second question. I was like, it could be tomato soup. So that was going to be my next guess. Blood soup. Ah, makes sense. That's funny. So it's number 1 in the keyword emoji wave games, waving emoji, wave emoji, emoji trivia, pop emoji. It's number 8. Matt Kessel says, can make it 2 pixel bigger in both sides. Okay, so that's kind of the space we see here. Interesting. So I bet you probably have to kind of pick the food items that you make based on your ability to execute the art, huh? So you couldn't have like, you couldn't pick some complicated food that would be impossible to make with the pixels, I'm guessing. You have to kind of like think through that. That's kind of an interesting restriction that could like, sometimes restrictions are good for being creative, you know, like blood soup is a great idea for something pixel you can do that's like a solid red, you know. I think that's interesting. Oops. Guess that emoji. I wonder, let me search bubble shooter. Because that's like something I want to rank in. I'm imagining. I have no experience with this ASO or anything like that, search engine optimization or anything. So this is like a bubble shooter that I see when I search for bubble shooters a lot. Yeah, so for the name of my Emoji Pop game, like, I want to name it something so that players know that this is. I know that seems like really stupid, but I was thinking I want to name it something so that players know that this isn't like the sole version of the game. So I wanted to call it Emoji Pop Mobile, so that people might guess like, oh, Emoji Pop Mobile. Does that mean there's an Emoji Pop that is not on mobile? And so because I know it's weird, but I want my website, my playmojipop.com, to be like the core game. Like, I'm focused on like, that's kind of my whole like that's what I'm projecting, is that like I'm not all about like making money on the App Store necessarily through like in-game purchases and stuff, which is how most bubble shooters make money. I want to show players like I want to build a community game. That's why I want to make money off Patreon, so that you get goodies for subscribing, but all the money goes back into the game, and you get all these other perks for subscribing to Patreon and stuff. So like for that reason, I want also, since the App Store, they're gonna take 30% of whatever you make. Like, I think because of the nature of my game and how it's so perfectly fitted to be on the internet, like I want that to be like my center of operations. So like that was kind of why I was thinking like I could call it like Emoji Pop 2 even on the mobile phones, or Emoji Pop Mobile, or Emoji Pop Lite. Make a bread for testing. I'd be curious. You should keep sharing the foods you make. I'm curious to see how you deal with that constraint. The bread, that seems like something that you could do. I think, not that I could do that myself. That sounds hard, but I bet you could do like a roll or something. Yeah, this is really interesting. Yeah, I remember like having all these other features of like competitor analysis and retention and stuff. Some of it we kind of had elsewhere, not through App Annie, but still some of this stuff is interesting. So it doesn't get that many results anymore. Balls game, balloon pop, bubble shooter. If you type bubble shooter, it ranks number 1 though. So that's like a big one, I think. Free adult games. That's kind of weird. I want premium features so bad, LOL. Okay, yeah, makes sense. How much does it cost? It's pretty expensive, huh? You know it's expensive when they don't even tell you the price. Company name. Bubble Blast, Bubble Game, Bubble Shooter, with the bubble spelled wrong, Bubble Shooter Free, Ball Games, Panda Pop. That's a competitor that it's another game that I actually worked on a bit. I heard 100 to thousands a month. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Depending on features. Okay, interesting. They don't even publicly say it's so expensive. Ugh. Someday you're gonna get there. I have a good feeling about that. Bubble Bobble. It's number 2 for that. Yeah, so somehow this is like a really well, like, the ASO for this game is really good. Like, the Bubble Shooter game itself is boring, but it's like so basic, and somehow like the way they have their keywords, it seems like it really searches well. RIP MU. Probably because they have bubble in name twice and probably in the description 100 times. That makes sense. That makes sense. Good to know. Description. Bubble, bubbles, bubbles, bubble, bubble. And it says pop, 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 pop all over the place as well. Shooter. Written reviews go toward ASO 2. Interesting. I didn't realize. Oh, do you mean like the terms people use in the reviews that affects it, or just like the number of reviews you get? Yes, terms people use in reviews. Oh, I never realized that. That's insane. Okay, that's good to know. Interesting. That makes sense. That's really interesting. That's good to know. Interesting. Also, number of reviews. Okay, that part I knew. And the more you update, the more likely you are to rank higher in keywords. Didn't realize that. Interesting. It seems like you have a lot of knowledge about ASO. Interesting. That is really interesting. This app's rated pretty well. Almost all of them are 5 or 4 stars. Yeah, so you got like almost 80% 5 or 4 stars, 4.25 average rating. I think that's pretty good, right? 288 ratings, but I think I saw it's up to 300 something now. Current release September 10th. Interesting. I'm excited to like follow your stats and kind of see how it progresses. Yeah, thanks so much for introducing me to this feature and explaining how some of this ASO stuff works. This is all really interesting to me. I notice you don't have too much in your app description. Is that something that you want to change so that you use like certain words over and over again, or is that not something you want to do? I'm afraid to touch description because ASO is doing fine right now. Gotcha. Makes sense. Makes sense. Last featured 6 times on App Store homepage for iPhones. IDK, how it all works. Gotcha. Makes sense. Makes sense to tread with caution with that. Collection list, featured home. So you're featured on the home page, right, in some of these countries. Excellent. Top free. Top free. I think those are like auto-generated top new free lists. I see. Gotcha. Interesting. Nice. Me gusta pero estaría mejor si hay más juegos. This person's saying, I like, but better if there is more games, or also there's the mini game, something very good. That's like a demonstration of my Spanish speaking abilities. It's very diverse or something. Thanks for translating. But if something joystick and the Saltar, I forgot. Really addicting game. Love it. So addicting. Needs a shop where you buy skins. I don't know if this was before you implemented a shop with skins, but maybe the person didn't see that or something. Best game I ever play. Add more ranks. This is someone who probably made it all the way like me. Thought this game was gonna just be a bad knockoff, but it's actually a really good game and kind of slaps. So that's kind of my opinion as well. Before shop with skins, yes, gotcha. Okay. I was like, it's on the home page, guys. So sometimes it's funny to read the bad reviews. Got finally some food ready. Feel free to share. Oh yeah, here it is. Bread. Oh, that was good. That was perfect. That is a great item of food to pick. I totally guess what that is. Bad reviews are funny. You can learn from though. That makes sense. Totally makes sense. The bread is too large. Gotcha. Okay. I like that. Like, to me, it looks like a piece of toast. But I feel like if it was in the game, I would see it more. If it was smaller, I'd see it more as like an actual like a bun kind of. Like I think you can see it either way. So I think this that like the way it looks at least I think looks really good for conveying what it is. I'm sorry, but wow, how did you already manage to do this to Fall Guys? A fantastic game, and already you made a clone of one of the game modes. What's next? Jump Showdown? That's pretty funny. Yeah, I disagree with that for many reasons, but that's interesting to hear from that perspective. Would look good with a pat of butter on it if it's supposed to be toast. That totally makes sense. Ooh, that looks like a burger in a wrapper. Am I right? Oh yeah, it says burger. Gotcha. I totally was able to recognize that one as well without knowing what it is even. I think that looks really good. The wrapper helps a lot too. I think that was well executed. Nice. This is dope. This is one app that I will actually write a review for. It is so fun, and best of all, it has no ads. This game is sure going to become a hit. Also, some things a lot like Fall Guys, but also very unique. Yeah, so something I'm picking up from some of the reviews is what I said. It's like you translated, like, yeah, sure, like people clone Fall Guys. The Fall Guys clones that I've played on the App Store are terrible in my opinion. They're not fun at all. And so you translated one mode of the game that works really well for mobile games, and you did it in such a way with the controls that it's actually. I think even better, like the way it is on mobile. Like so, I love that translation, and I think I read a few reviews that totally said the same thing as me. I want to find another bad review. So addicting, and now the shop and all the new maps. This is such a good game. Totally recommend. So underrated. This isn't a fake review, by the way. I like I said, this isn't a fake review. Like, why do they care about that? Like, they must really care about your game. Start by rating at top. On the column, gotcha. Worst game ever. Delete now or just rage at this stupid game. Ugh. I'm having my... Oh my god. This person said I'm having my period playing this game and I'm a boy. Okay, I'm not even gonna read that review. That seems like a troll. That is such a weird statement. This is why I love reading bad reviews. The people that write horrible reviews often are the people, like, especially if it's for a good game, they're the people that are just insane. Like, who would even think of writing that? This person says, horrible. In the beginning, it was completely not because you never win. So Bing probably not that great of a translation tool, I'm guessing. I mean, yeah, it's a Fall Guys copy. It could have been a better game, but next time don't be stupid and copy a game. So yeah, like, I get these same kind of haters for my game, you know, like, makes sense, like, that you just have to kind of deal with it. It's something I'm still working on. Like, people that are kind of ignorant about this stuff. But it's still interesting to cheap copy of Fall Guys, haha. Already started the memes against this game. Okay, whatever that means. Whoa, this guy wrote a lot. Let's see what they had to say. The period one's my favorite. Okay, let me read it. That would crack me up just by the title. I was afraid of what they said. I have Fall Guys, and I would like to think I am pretty good at it. Some even say I'm the best. This guy, this review is hilarious. That doesn't matter. What matters is this piece of poop in a waffle maker shoved down my throat. This game is. You said lost with some butter. Bread 2.0. So that's what it looks like. I think maybe Mattman was saying like a little piece of butter in the middle, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what he says about that. I want to read this from the start. I'm having my period playing this game and I'm a boy. I have Fall Guys and I like to think I'm pretty good at it. Some even say I'm the best. It's so dramatically written. That doesn't matter. What matters is this piece of poop in a waffle maker shoved down my throat. This game is. That's a lot to dissect from that sentence. I don't have much to say other than that, so good day. What a waste of time that review is. Yeah, I meant what Dylan said. What's the when outside supposed to be? Yeah, that was my question. Like this. I was thinking like I think what Mattman was thinking is like a little like square of butter in the middle. Oh yeah, there you go. Like that little yellow thing is definitely the butter. Mattman says, what's the white stuff supposed to be? Is that the plate that it's on? I think it's the plate that it's on. Yes, says Kessels. Yeah, so the white stuff is the plate. Does the bread need to be like 1 pixel up, maybe, on the plate? Maybe I'm wrong about that, but would that make it look more centered on the plate? I'm not sure. I think it looks good like that, though, too. Yeah, I just like don't know the perspective of it within the game, but I'm sure that's good. Nice. Yeah, keep sending the food you make. It's really interesting you solving this problem. That's interesting. Alright. Wow, this guy wrote a long review. Oh my god. It's just the Fall Guys game mode. So if you want to play the original version of the game, Fall Guys, buy it briefly on Steam, £20 or whatever that is, euros. And then there's some and a little more. The last thing in the review is wrong because I still get advertising, game advertising that stands, weird game, English, just a Fall Guys game mode. So if you want to play the original, okay, this person just copied the review multiple times. I don't know why they did that. The width is the plate. Yeah, makes sense. Alright, so we're moving up to the 3-star reviews now. I think it can be improved because there are still small errors such as falling out of the folder. Not sure what that means. Playing against bots and larger folder with more players. I'm guessing the folder, they mean the league. This is the first time I do food pixel art. Nice. You are the Quentin Tarantino of pixel food art. Quentin Tarantino is famous for like food in his movies. For the rest, it's a fun game with kind greeting misses. Okay. It's the good Fall Guys hexagon. It's fresh, something for something something. Love this game, so addicting. Nice. Yeah, sometimes I think it's kind of hard to read the bad reviews, but like you gotta get through it. You can learn from it, like you said, and sometimes they're funny, and then you got all these great reviews that show you that you're on the right path and that you're doing something pretty awesome. I love reading the reviews. This game is very good, but add the invitation button to play with your friends. This person mentioned TikTok. They don't hurt me anymore. They used to at the beginning of career. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm always trying to like become totally unfazed. Like whenever I ask for feedback, like my goal is to be like, if someone were to talk to me to my face and say your game sucks, you're an idiot, blah blah blah. Like as a game designer, like I think you're like this too. Like we should be able to take that, you know, because that's just part of the job. And the better we can take that kind of feedback, like the better game designers we're gonna be. Totally makes sense. I've made you known and I'm the best player in the world, and I can bring you in on day 5 new skins because otherwise I can always buy them directly, and we've made them known on TikTok under the name Fall Guys, and playing it from the beginning. When I started playing it hard, the game still has 0 stars. So this guy's in one sentence is saying that he's an OG player of your game. I've made you known. Are you familiar with like TikTok and your game on TikTok? And I can bring you in on day 5 new skins because otherwise I can always buy them directly. I prefer negative feedback. You can at least learn from it. Makes sense. Makes sense. I had to hear what that guy is saying. So it looks like some people have made some posts of your game on TikTok, which is pretty cool. Hashtag Hexstars. WTF, my game is on TikTok? So like, let's look at these. What do you want I gonna do next video on? I wish you could see. Oh, this has 3,500 likes. 38 comments. Wow. Yeah, I didn't even think TikTok was a place for like spreading games or anything like that. Let me log into this. I'm about to get on my phone and look at that. LOL. Yeah, that's really interesting. That's pretty cool. I forget what I used to make a TikTok account. I think I deleted it when the government said we should delete it from our phones and stuff. Go back. That's so funny. That's funny how like that was in a different language. I saw TikTok, so I'm like, why is this guy talking about TikTok? Like, who would have thought to look at your game on TikTok? I didn't know that was a thing. So I just logged in. You could post on TikTok to promote your game stream. That might be a good idea. Apparently. I'm about to get on my phone. Okay, people commented. Fall Guys from Wish. Fall Guys on Xbox. Fall Guys Xbox Edition. He's playing on the phone and it's not Fall Guys. Video, it's a lot of videos and video. Fall Guys in the next video. Thanks. I don't have Fall Guys, sorry. So this is the guy who made it. Game name, Hexstars. So he's like actually repping your game. That's pretty cool. He says he's the best in the world in his review for the game, so he's really into it. App me. Mom, can we have Fall Guys? No, we have Fall Guys at home. Fall Guys at home. Name game, Hexstar. So everyone who asks, he's telling them what the game is. Why is everyone saying Xbox? Everyone's saying, what's the game name? What's the game name? This is all within the last couple days. Like, a lot of people are asking about the name of the game on this thread. It's crazy. What do you want I gonna do next video on? He's playing some song in the background. Let's look at another one. So, is it all the same person? No, it's different people. So this is the same person. When you can't afford Fall Guys. So this one got 730 likes, 10 comments. Name game. Thanks for taking me down this rabbit hole. You're welcome. I'm glad I found this. This is really fascinating. A total accident too. The fact that should tell you something. The fact that it's like, so TikTok has that algorithm that like really like is great for sharing stuff that does well or whatever. Like if it knows if people are engaging with it, it like spreads it like wildfire. Like the fact that you're getting so much feedback, so many comments on those videos means that like this is like a really like shareable game. Like when you make ads, people are probably gonna like really be gravitated towards it because it's so catchy and like fun looking or whatever people are attracted to about it. Like this is like really encouraging, I would think. So this is another person that shared it. Name of the game, Hexstars. It's Hexstars, not on Android. Tell me what game. So everyone's asking like, what game is this? What game is this? And like this is like the mode that I want to play on Fall Guys, but I think it's the most rarely surfaced game mode in that game. So like maybe all these Fall Guys players for another reason are like, oh, I can play this on my phone, and like this is like the mode that's the most fun. Like I don't know. Game. This is another person that shared it, named I Love Shazam. A lot of people asking for the name. A lot of people asking about Android. So it's getting less popular videos as I go down the list, it seems. What's the game? Game name. Wow, this is fascinating. I need to think about TikTok and stuff. Like, I think your game is like way better suited than my game for it, though. Like this is like amazing for TikTok. It seems like it's the videos like. I would feel the same if I saw a video. Ugh, they combined your Hexstars game in this video with that other Fall Guys game, and look how boring it looks in comparison, honestly. Like, this game looks so much more fun. Interesting. Game dev on TikTok is popular. Interesting. Alright, well, yeah, seeing how you blew up, it's obviously a space that we need to consider, so I'm gonna re-download TikTok, I guess. Interesting. Let's search. I can't search. Alright. That's pretty interesting. There you go. I think I'm gonna end the stream now. We're 3:15 in, and I need to get some lunch. I'm gonna be making videos this afternoon, but I'll be back streaming tomorrow morning. That was pretty interesting. Went down a big rabbit hole at the end there. Thanks for finding that. Yeah, no problem. That was just dumb luck that I can't believe I was like, why would I have the impulse to translate all these reviews? I was just really curious, and like, oh man, I happened to stumble upon this TikTok thing. This guy. I've made you known, and I'm the best player in the world, and I can bring you in on day 5 new skins, because otherwise I can always buy them directly, and we've made them known on TikTok under the name Fall Guys, and I'm playing from the beginning when I started playing the game still at 0 stars. Wow. Yeah, alright, hope you enjoy your day too. Thanks for both the Kessels and Madeline for being part of the stream. It was awesome interacting with both of your games. Good job on the pixel art. I'm so excited to see you keep working on it. Oh yeah, this burger looks really good in the plate. I could totally be able to tell what it is from that perspective. Toast looks good too. Keep sharing that food. I want to keep seeing it. Yeah, let me know if you learn anything else about TikTok. Super interesting stuff. But other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for everyone watching on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. I'll be back hopefully at 8 a.m. California time tomorrow. If I'm lazy, 9 a.m. But I'll